Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the December 5th, 2016 regular meeting of the Milford Board of Aldermen. Will the Girl Scouts in the audience tonight please lead us in the salute to the flag?
Republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Secretary, will you please take the roll?
Alderman Anderson?
Present.
Alderman Beatty? Alderman Bevan?
Here.
Alderman Beer? Here. Alderman Casey?
Here.
Alderman Gurman?
Here.
Alderman Genitazio?
Here.
Alderman Golden? Here. Alderman Grant?
Here.
Alderman Hardiman?
Alderman Hardiman would like to be excused, Madam Secretary.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Alderman Shaw? Alderman Smith? Alderman Vecchiarelli? Alderman Vitro? Here. Alderman Vitale? Here. 14 present, Mr. Chairman.
14 present, we do have a quorum. At this time, the mayor has a presentation. Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. It is my honor and privilege to stand before you. From time to time, there are people and organizations that really do bring great pride to this community, and this evening I am honored to recognize just some of those organizations and individuals. And for the first set of awards and recognition, I would like to invite up our Open Space Coordinator, Steve Johnson, who is representing the Conservation Commission for some awards. The Milford Conservation Commission advocates for the health of Milford's open spaces and natural environment. And this year, the Commission is recognizing 4 recipients who are being honored with the 2016 Conservation Service Award, who have enhanced our natural environment and, by extension, the well-being, enjoyment, and quality of life for all of our residents. And I would like to call these awardees, honorees, up individually with Steve's help. The first organization is none other than Subway. If representatives from Subway Incorporated could come to the podium. Subway sponsored an improved walking trail at the Mondo Ponds open space that was dedicated on July 11, 2016. The enhancements have made scenic walking trails around the largest pond a much more enjoyable trail experience. The improved trail promotes healthy outdoor exercise and a deeper appreciation of nature. The City of Milford and the Milford Conservation Commission recognizes Subway's service and offers their deep appreciation for their efforts by honoring them with the Commission's Conservation Service Award. Thank you, Subway. The next group award, it is my honor to call up Girl Scout Troop 30347. The Milford Conservation Commission has recognized Girl Scout Troop 30347, who has educated our community about the problems of people feeding waterfowl. The troop raised money through benefit events and donations to purchase literature and holders. The informative literature explains why it isn't healthy for birds as well as our Wepwag River water quality. The Don't Feed the Waterfowl project supports the health of Milford's natural environment. The City of Milford and the Milford Conservation Commission recognizes Girl Scout Troop 30347 for their service and offers their deep appreciation for their efforts by honoring them with the Commission's Conservation Service Award for 2016. Well done, girls. You guys want to take a picture? I see some people here.
Over here. Come here for a second. Here, bring him.
See if you can come. Uh-oh. We're going to have to do an about face after this. You guys want to turn around? We have some over there. Yeah, like this. Nice job, girls.
Good job, ladies. Okay, let's go back to our chair.
The Conservation Commission and the city would also like to call up Girl Scout Troop 38305. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Girl Scout Troop 38305 developed and sustained native plant gardens, nurturing our wildlife and enhancing the beauty for many years. The troop created pollinator gardens for Milford Earth Day at Wilcox Park, Milford Historical Society, and the Connecticut Audubon Society's Coastal Center at Milford Point. They have raised money through benefit events, donations, and Milford's Environmental Protection Initiative grants to create these gardens. The gardens the Scouts plant and tend supports our pollinators and our wildlife, creates natural beauty, and protects our natural resources. The City of Milford and the Milford Conservation Commission recognizes Girl Scout Troop 38305's service and offers their deep appreciation for their efforts by honoring them with the Commission's Conservation Service Award. Congratulations. You want to do this one?
No, you can.
And the final award from the Conservation Commission is an individual award bestowed to Cheryl Capielli, who has dedicated herself to designing, nurturing, and sustaining native plant gardens across the city of Milford. Cheryl is committed to the Milford Garden Club Civic Committee, which cares for the gardens in the Milford Library and the Milford Historical Society's Clark Stockade 18th Century Garden. Cheryl and other members of the Milford Garden Club were vital to the successful planting of the Milford Earth Day Gardens at Wilcox Park. Cheryl's care at the Parsons Rain Garden and at the Connecticut Audubon Society's Coastal Center at Milford Point Pollinator Garden has helped to ensure those gardens are successful and well. Cheryl's vast knowledge of native plants and the time that she commits to volunteering helps to support our pollinators, enhances our wildlife, creates natural beauty, and protects our natural resources. The City of Milford and the Milford Conservation Commission recognize Cheryl's service and offer their deep appreciation for her efforts by honoring her with the Commission's Conservation Service Award. In addition to the awards handed out by the Conservation Commission, we are doubly blessed at this December meeting to be awarding some additional awards. This year, the Milford Garden Club is celebrating its 90th anniversary. And in honor of this year's anniversary, the Milford Garden Club held their juried art show entitled Flower Power, the Gardens of Milford Photograph Exhibition, during which contestants were asked to submit a photo of an overview, a cluster of flowers, or an individual flower from their garden. And it's now my honor to introduce the winners. Bunny, would you like to come up and help me with these awards? Okay. The third place finisher is one of my close friends, someone who's known me since I was in diapers, but unfortunately she is not able to be here with us this evening, Joan Crimmins. The 90th anniversary Milford Garden Club runner-up, coming in at second place, is Elizabeth Herring. And the 90th anniversary Milford Garden Club Photo Award, first place, Matt Cullen. I saw you basketball, huh? Congratulations.
Appreciate it, thank you. Yes, I can read, yes. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause for all of our awardees and honorees?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. At this next portion of the meeting is devoted to public comment. Statements are limited to the legislative function of the Board of Aldermen. The time limit.
Mr. Chairman, can we stay in recess for a few minutes while the auditorium empties?
Okay. 5-minute recess. Next portion of the meeting is devoted to public comment. Statements are limited to the legislative function of the Board of Aldermen, and the time limit granted to each speaker shall be 3 minutes. Residents, taxpayers, and electors may address the board at this time. The board encourages speakers not to express derogatory, insensitive, or offensive statements, or to engage in personal attacks against individuals. In order to allow everyone an opportunity to speak, I'd ask that everyone please limit their comments to 3 minutes. Anyone wishing to address the board can do so at this time.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, Mayor. My name is Kevin Crusaden. I'm representing Lisa Lesso. My office is at 26 Cherry Street here in Milford. I'm here tonight just to speak very briefly. We gave our presentation last month and our 8-24 application was denied. This is on the motion to reconsider. And one of the things I wanted to point out that's changed is that the Lessos have received, and I filed them with the city clerk, and I emailed them out today to several of the board members, letters of support or of no objection from 7 individuals today, and then there was an additional one tonight, not in the neighborhood, but a Milford resident at 665 Orange Avenue. So essentially, out of the 10 or so properties that comprise Myers Lane, the corners at Oldfield Lane and Myers Court, including the applicant, there's 8 people in support of this application. I also wanted to take the opportunity, and like I said, I'll be brief, to address, I've heard that there's been some rumors that the Lessos are planning on flipping this lot or selling the lot to a builder, or they have some kind of plans to do 8-30G or low-income housing, that's just simply not correct. The lot's never been listed for sale. It's been in the family prior to Lisa Lesso owning it, her father-in-law and mother-in-law owning it for years. It's not listed with anybody. There are absolutely no plans. I just wanted to make that clear. Also, for those of you who are not familiar with the 8-30G process, if they were going to seek an 8-30G application, we wouldn't be in front of this board right now. So that's just a rumor, that's misinformation, or that's incorrect. They fully intend to build a single-story ranch on the lot if it's approved. And once again, if it gets approved by this board, it has to go through wetlands. It has to go back through zoning for a re-subdivision and site plan approval. And then briefly, the other item on the agenda, which is before this item, I think improperly, is a declaration of open space. I had an opportunity to look at that today. I think that for a number of reasons, it probably shouldn't be on the agenda without any notice to the other surrounding property owners that abut that parcel. I think it's unnecessary. 90% rough approximation of that property is wetlands. That property is sat undeed restricted for ages. It's never had to have a deed restriction before. Frankly, I think it's political, and it's an attempt to bar the 8-24 reconsideration by putting deed restrictions on it and making that application moot. So if that application is to be heard tonight, and one more point on that, my experience with the City of Milford and your board and the Planning and Zoning Board and other agencies and commissions is that there's a lot of due diligence put into things before decisions are made. And I don't know, maybe you'll hear tonight about some due diligence that's been done with respect to an open space or deed restricting that lot, but I find it surprising that the board would have something on the agenda and be willing to act on it so quickly without really looking at that, because you have the second and third order effects or the unintended consequences of doing something like that have ramifications throughout the city. And I don't think, with respect to the board and Alderman Vitro, who brought that forward, I don't think that that's particularly good governance as a policy. I can envision a scenario where, in this case, I believe it's a knee-jerk reaction to an application that's not extremely popular. And I also think that I can envision a situation where future residents of the city may ask this board to deed restrict other land based on that action tonight. Also, the Conservation Commission and Steve Johnson being here tonight also reminded me that the Conservation Commission, when we went through them, they approved this application, or I don't want to say approved, that's too strong a word, but they said, well, we have some concerns, here they are, but overall, we're not objecting to the application, I think is a better way to put it. And they didn't suggest that this land be deed restricted. So I think if that application goes forward tonight, I think that that the Myers Lane application should be heard first, because if the deed restrictions are passed, it makes Myers Lane moot. I think this matter is really a simple request that unfortunately has become political for whatever reason. I'm here to answer questions. That's all I wanted to say tonight. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor, Chairman Vitro, and the Board of Aldermen. My name is Bob Whalen. I live at 40 Indian Hill Road in Milford, Connecticut. On behalf of the 43 neighbors who signed the petition regarding the transfer request of 0 Mars Lane, we would like to thank those of you who voted in opposition to the request on November 10th Board of Aldermen meeting. We know these decisions can be difficult, and we would hope that if this request is reconsidered for any reason, that you will maintain your position to oppose it, and we would hope that those who voted in favor of the transfer will reconsider your vote and hear the voice of the neighbors. And I will be, I believe that the procedure is, during the agenda part of the meeting is to bring up 8B, is that correct? I bring it up then, is that correct? Okay, thank you.
Hi, good evening. My name is Gerald Springer. I live at 31 Indian Hill Road, directly across from the parcel. I just wanted to say my own, as far as the hardship, I am handicapped, and I have been very easily able to make my house conducive to my physical needs without building a new house. That's all I wanted to say.
Hi, my name is Debbie Ann Levanti. I live in Devon, and I'm here because I think that...
Ma'am, can you put the microphone a little closer to you so we could have your voice on record? Thank you.
Okay, I think Milford needs to implement a noise ordinance. We have a lot of small lots in Devon, and it's not fair to those of us who have small lots. I have these kids that have parties until 2 in the morning, singing at the top of their lungs, and of course it takes the police an hour or two to get there, and by then they're drunker and there's more problems. So that's my first thing. And my second thing is Joey C's Boathouse in Stratford. The music is so loud it's like Woodstock on the weekends in the spring, summer, and fall. And I have it on cassette if anybody would like to hear it. Now it's inside in a tent or something, but I'm still getting the vibrations in my house and can hear the drums when I try to sleep. This is crazy. One Sunday they went for 8 hours on a holiday weekend. And at first they would go from 9 to 1. And when I started getting involved in this and calling Stratford, they cut it down to midnight, from 9 to midnight. But it's obnoxious, it's rude, it's inconsiderate. You can't sleep. I can't even enjoy the local town music because you come home at 9 or 10 o'clock and you're just getting into full swing. And by the time midnight comes, they're yelling and screaming and whistling. And I need help with this. I've had the Connecticut Post out there. They've heard it. I don't claim to know how sound travels, but let me tell you, it travels. It goes right through my house. Channel 12 taped it from my backyard. You could sing the words to the songs. It's just terrible. And it seems to be clearer inside the house, so I don't really understand that. When you take away the equation of the wind or something, I don't know. And I get the vibration. It's like, right now in the winter, it's like when a car drives by your house with the loud music. That's what it sounds like in my bedroom. I feel it's not healthy. It's not healthy for the environment, for the the fish, the animals, the birds. I can't see. This is crazy, the way that this music goes on. It doesn't stop. It's the constant pounding. So I definitely think it's noise pollution, and my understanding is noise pollution is any unnecessary noise other than cars, trucks, construction, and this is just unheard of. And like I said, the Connecticut Post has done an article on it. Channel 12 was out there. Everybody's heard it, and after the article hit the paper, it was even louder. So it's setting a bad precedent, and I don't think on the other side, Riverview Bistro is allowed to have any outdoor music or any music any longer. So why on our side, we took care of this back in 2009 when it was Margaritaville, and all we were left with, it stopped. We went to a couple meetings in Stratford and it stopped. Somehow they're telling me an amendment passed later in 2009, but nobody tried to get away with it except for this bar, and we need help over there. This is just inconsiderate and rude, and it's an invasion of our privacy. You can't sit outside on a Sunday afternoon and read. I mean, the music starts at 3 o'clock and it's rocking, and the later it gets, the drunker they get. So that's my 2 issues. I don't know where to go from here.
We need your name and address one more time, please.
Okay. Debbie Ann Levanti, 69 Riverside Drive, right in Devon on the river.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Is there anyone else wishing to address the board at this time? Seeing none, Alderman Vecchiarelli, agenda item number 3, consideration of minutes.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of the Board of Aldermen held on November 10th, 2016.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? So, motion passes unanimously. Agenda item number 4, there was no special meeting. Agenda item number 5, under Chairman's report. I'd like to congratulate all of our honorees tonight, this evening. It was a real nice dedication to all those that got awarded. And also, I'd like to wish everyone this month a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, a Happy Kwanzaa, and Happy Holiday to everyone I may have missed. Agenda item number 6, Mayor's report and recommendations. Is there a report from the mayor?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Members of the board, we do have some very good news to report here in the city of Milford. I will direct your attention to Mayor's report, item 6A. It is with pleasure and pride that I inform the board that the city of Milford has been upgraded to a AAA from the nation's premier bond rating agency, putting it in the same status of some of the other very well-to-do municipalities in the state of Connecticut. It really is a testament to the good work of our finance department, Peter Eridisi, our director, as well as this board. This board ensures that we have conservative financial management and prudent budgetary practices. This will obviously allow us to go out and bond at the lowest finance rates. It will allow us to refund or refinance existing bonds, saving millions of dollars for the city of Milford. This is one of those absolute home runs that we've achieved. It also really does help the stature of the city of Milford, and I have a strong belief that the prudent financial practices that we've been able to establish have helped us in our economic renaissance. We've been able to attract last year 388 new businesses. The year before that, 394 new businesses have made Milford their home. It's a 26% increase above and beyond the new business starts that we've ever had before in the city. Obviously, that's a great thing because it means that we're expanding our grand list, and when our grand list expands, we're able to maintain the same great services while cutting taxes, and that's what we did last year. We cut taxes for all businesses and residents in the city of Milford. So we're going to keep on this great trend. And at the same time, we do have other news to report, other things that make Milford special. And one of the very cool things that you may have heard is that Milford, Connecticut is home to the 2016-2017 Kid Governor of the state of Connecticut, Jessica Broxham. She's a 5th grader at JFK School. She was elected by her peers, 5th graders from all across the state, 169 classrooms across the state, held a election and elected Milford's own Jessica, or Madam Governor Jessica. For the next year she will serve. She has an office at the Old State House in Hartford, Connecticut, and she will move forward with implementation of her platform. And her platform during the campaign was the humane treatment of animals. So I look forward, and I know that this board looks forward to working with Jessica over the course of the next year. She really did bring a lot of pride to the city of Milford. And with that, I respectfully request your consideration and action on those items listed in the agenda. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. Happy holidays.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to have a round of applause for Peter Iudice and his staff and the fantastic Great job, Peter. Keep up the great work, you and your staff. Alderman Vecchiarelli, agenda item number 8A.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, I'd like to make a motion to reorder the agenda, moving 8B in front of 8C.
We have a motion to
I
reorder.
refrained that would be 8C before 8B. My mistake.
We have a motion to reorder the agenda, and we have a second. Is there any discussion? Well, first of all, at this point, I would like to use my prerogative as chairman, as well as I'm a proponent of the proposed motion to formally withdraw agenda item number 8B, so that you won't have to do that anyways, Alderman Bevan.
Thank you very much, Alderman Vitro.
So at this point, I'd like to recognize Alderman Bill Bevan for agenda item.
Mr. Chairman, I do think we have to do 8A.
I had that written, and then all of a sudden, we had a motion to reorder the agenda. Alderman Vecchiarelli, agenda item 8A.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the request per the attached recommendation of the Planning and Zoning Board dated November 17, 2016, for the acceptance of the capital improvement plan for the years 2017 to 2021.
Motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously.
Mr. Chairman, can I
Alderman Shaw.
ask for a 5-minute recess, please?
Absolutely. 5-minute recess. We're back in session. Alderman Vecchiarelli, agenda item 8C.
Mr. Chairman, I move for the reconsideration of the action of the Board of Aldermen on November 10th, 2016, denying the request to approve pursuant to the recommendations of the Planning and Zoning Commission pursuant to 8-24 of the Connecticut General Statutes to transfer approximately 0.07 acres of land at the end of Myers Lane, 0 Myers Lane, tax MBL 037/520/13DD to an adjoining landowner in order for landowner to construct driveway access to a proposed single-family lot, and direct and authorize the city attorney and mayor to take all steps necessary, including signing all documents to effectuate said transfer, including but not limited to executing a deed of conveyance, requested by Alderman Bill Bevins.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion? Alderman Shaw.
Thank you, Chairman. I would like to offer an amendment, if I may. I would like to ask that this...
Mr. Chair,
I'm sorry.
through you, I think before amendments are offered, you have to vote on the motion to reconsider first. Once the motion to reconsider, if it is approved, at that point, the main motion is open for discussion and amending.
So before discussion, we're going to vote on the motion?
Yeah.
The motion to reconsider is debatable, but before an amendment can be placed on the motion, it has to be, the motion to reconsider has to be acted upon first.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So there's no more discussion on the motion. All in favor? Opposed? Motion passes unanimously.
Now we're going to discuss.
Now we're going to be discussing the motion. Alderman Shaw.
All right, we're going to go back to the original motion. My apologies for being too fast. But I am offering an amendment, and that is to ask that the property be deed restricted to a single-family home, and secondly, to direct the mayor, city attorney, and the assessor to enter into negotiations for the sale of the property. That's my amendment.
The amended motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Alderman Bevan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Alderman Shaw, could you please repeat what your motion is, please? I didn't quite hear all of it. Thank you.
I'm sorry. The amendment is to have property be deed restricted to a single-family home. Also, to direct the mayor, city attorney, and the assessor to enter into negotiations for the sale of the property.
Thank you very much.
Alderman Vecchiarelli.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would hope that this would meet with everybody's satisfaction. The idea is that the applicants only want a single-family home, and we just need to know the value of that sliver of land that they want, that they need to encompass this. So would the city assessor and we should be able to say, okay, well, it's worth this much, and you know, it's short of an appraisal or whatever. But this way here, you know, the city of Milford will be able to put another house on the tax rolls, and people will have sold the property for what anybody would be able to buy it for. So I hope that it finds the satisfaction of this board at this time. Thank you.
Any more discussion on the amended motion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Amended motion passes unanimously.
Do we have to vote on the main motion?
Vote on the main motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Alderman Vecchiarelli, agenda item 9.
11.
Why 11?
Because there is, forget 9. We don't have any.
There is no new business under agenda item number 9, and under agenda number 10, there is no budget member,
11.
there is no budget member transfers. So we're moving on to refunds, agenda item number 11. Alderman Vecchiarelli.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the consideration of refunds in the amount of $6,921.50.
Motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Agenda item number 12, reports of standing committees. Are there any reports of any standing committees? Hearing none, move on to agenda item number 13. Are there any reports from any special committees? Hearing none. Moving on to agenda item number 14. The next item on the agenda is executive session. I will entertain a motion to go into executive session to discuss 14A, consideration of settlement, Recycling Incorporated versus City of Milford, regarding 990 Naugatuck Avenue and 0 Naugatuck Avenue. 14B, discussion concerning potential purchase of a portion of 130-150 Boston Post Road. And 14C, consideration of collective bargaining agreement between the City of Milford and the Milford City Hall Employees Association Local 1303-452. Joining us in executive session for item 14A would be the mayor, city attorney, John Bertram, and city assessor, Dan Thomas. And the mayor and the city attorney will be joining us in 14B and 14C. Is there a motion?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Executive session. We're back in session. And Alderman Vecchiarelli. Agenda item 14A.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve consideration of settlement of Recycling, Inc. versus City of Milford in regards to 990 Naugatuck Ave and 0 Naugatuck Ave in accordance with the recommendations of the city assessor as discussed in executive session.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Alderman Vecchiarelli, agenda item 14C.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to reconsider the November 10th motion as amended to approve consideration of the collective bargaining agreement between the City of Milford and the Milford City Hall Employees Association, Local 1303-452, as discussed in executive session.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Madam Secretary, roll call vote, please.
Alderman Anderson?
Yes.
Alderman Beatty? Alderman Bevan?
Yes?
Alderman Beer? Yes. Alderman Casey?
No.
Alderman Gurman?
Yes.
Alderman Gennatasio?
No.
Alderman Grant?
Yes.
Alderman Shaw? Alderman Smith?
Yes.
Alderman Vecchiarelli? Alderman Vitro?
Yes.
Alderman Vitale?
Yes.
Ten yes, 3 no.
Mr. Chairman,
Alderman Anderson.
given the action that this body just took, the amendment adopted on this matter at the November 10th meeting is now moot, and so therefore I would move that the amendment that we adopted last month is rescinded.
So a motion to rescind an amendment does need a second and a vote on the...
Second.
The motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
For those that would like information on, you recall the amendment, which was to exempt 2 positions. We are looking to rescind that amendment, given the action that we just took.
Everybody clear with that? Alderman Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Alderman Anderson, rescinding it meaning that those 2 positions now, that would not be part of the original agreement in November. In other words,
No, the amendment was to exempt, and we adopted that, and now I'm looking to erase the amendment from the books.
So those two positions are no longer exempt?
That's correct.
Okay.
Thank you, Alderman Smith. Everyone clear on that? Alderman Vitale?
Yeah, just to clarify the issue, that this board has no way, in no way can dictate to the union as to who their members are. We just hold them to the fire as far as money and pay raises and so forth. So whomever they decide to put in that union is at their pleasure. To clear that up a little further, we're not voting on membership, we're voting on money.
Correct.
Alderman Beatty?
Yes, Mr. Chairperson. I would request that you read the amendment that we erroneously voted on or unnecessary into the record, that we're no longer moving that forward, just so that the language is right. I don't know whether we used the word exempt. The point is, we didn't really have the authority to do that, and now we voted to approve the whole package without doing that. So we're not including that. What's the problem? Until I finish the statement. Okay, thank you. I'd like it read into the record what it is we are no longer putting in. That's all.
Mr. Chairman, given the fact that I offered the amendment, I'd like the city attorney to comment, please.
Mr. Bertram?
Mr. Chair, through you to respond to Alderman Anderson's, the amendment from the November 10th meeting that was offered was to change or eliminate the assistant city attorney and trial counsel from the definition of employees covered by the collective bargaining agreement. The tentative agreement that the city reached with Local 1303-452 was to include those two positions within the collective bargaining agreement. The amendment was to exclude those from the definition of employees. Alderman Anderson's motion to rescind was to rescind the amendment. So the motion that you will be voting on will be the full TA, which will include the definition of employees, will include the existing positions as well as the two positions of assistant city attorney and trial counsel. I hope that clarifies it.
Thank you, Mr. Bertram. Everyone understand that correctly now? All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No. Roll call vote. Madam Secretary, please.
Alderman Anderson?
Yes.
Alderman Beatty? Yes. Alderman Bevan?
Yes.
Alderman Beer? Yes. Alderman Casey?
No.
Alderman Gurman? Yes. Alderman Gennatasio?
No.
Alderman Grant?
Yes?
Alderman Shaw? Alderman Smith? Alderman Vecchiarelli? Alderman Vitro?
Yes.
Alderman Vitale?
The vote was 10 yes and 3 no.
Mr. Chairman, at this point, you still have to vote on the main motion with the previous amendment rescinded.
On the main motion. All in favor? Opposed? Roll call vote. Madam Secretary, please.
Alderman Anderson?
Yes.
Alderman Beatty? Alderman Bevan?
Yes.
Alderman Beer? Yes. Alderman Casey?
No.
Alderman Gurman? Yes. Alderman Gennatasio?
No.
Alderman Grant? Yes. Alderman Shaw? Alderman Smith? Alderman Vecchiarelli? Alderman Vitro?
Yes.
Alderman Vitale? Yes. 11 yes, 2 no.
The vote was 11 yes, 2 no. Don't ask. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Motion is made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned.